Call me delusional, but as a newly divorced single mom in her 30s, I think it's time I take matters into my own hands and create a single girl bucket list where I will be doing everything that I've ever desired in a man and never actually seen it done by him. I have come to realize that it was me who needed to set that standard for myself and not depend on a man to do every single thing for me just so that I could feel validated or worthy of love. No, girly girl. We are going to step up our game by ensuring that we love on ourselves first so that if or when another man walks in our lives, girly girl, we will not be flabbergasted by the fact that he is treating us good because we're already doing it for ourselves. Okay guys, so I think it's very important that we go through the things that we are definitely going to be needing for this video. Now I angled the camera away from my face just so you guys can focus on the table and see exactly the things that you will be needing for your single girl bucket list. Now of course you're going to be needing a jar. Now this is one that is very easy for the top to come off. It's nothing fussy, just a regular jar that I purchased at TJ Maxx for about $6. You can get this at Target, just about any local store. So you're definitely going to be needing a jar that you're going to be putting all of your labels in. If you are overly into the aesthetic type of jars, then I don't blame you, girl. Go all in and purchase yourself one that's a bit cuter if it is that important to you. I would recommend that you just get something very simple like this, nothing fussy, nothing over the top, something that you know you definitely will be able to put on your dresser or somewhere that you are able to reach it on a daily basis and not completely forget about it once you put your request in. All right, so we have our jar that we're going to be using as our card holders. Now one of the reasons why I went ahead and I got this specific journal is because I love the color green, and beige, you know, is very neutral, it's very cool, it's very calm. So I picked a book that I know I would be excited to write in. Now this book is going to serve as your journal. After each activity that you have done from your bucket list, you are going to be needing to write about your experience. You're going to need to document it so that you can always go back and look at it. You can always use it for reference that, you know what, I did this activity that I once wanted a man to do for me. I did it for myself, and here's how I felt after doing it. So you're most definitely going to be needing a journal for this, and I recommend that you getting one that you really will enjoy writing in. Maybe one that's your favorite color, it has something about it that you really like, is what I would recommend that you go ahead and get for this very special activity that we will be doing for the rest of our single days. So this is what's going to go into the jar that you have right here. So every request that you will write will go into this jar, and the reason why I really liked these is because they have the ability to tear away. So every time that you pick one of these out of your jar that you have right here, you're going to be pasting it inside of your journal, right? So it's literally writing on this to putting it inside your bucket list jar, and then from your bucket list jar you're going to transfer each activity that you have done to your I Am My Man journal. Now that we know all the things that we need to have in order to do our bucket list, we are going to get right down to business. The first thing I want you to do is to have a reflective period where you ask yourself, what are the things that you really wanted in a relationship that you did not get? What are the things that really made you sad, or what are the things that you really look forward to that never happened, and this really affected the way how you now view yourself as a woman? For me, I find that small things were always the things that I did not get, and because I did not get these things, it really took a toll on my self-esteem and made me wonder many times if I was really worth loving, because the things that I really required did not need much money to purchase them. However, they did not come in the 10 years or even before that relationship that I was into. So I want you to be very honest with yourself and be very open with yourself, and also be very vulnerable in this moment where you be honest with you and write down these things that you know will truly elevate yourself as a person. Not because you're trying to get back to any of these men, but simply because you are on a journey of repairing yourself. You are on a journey of loving yourself. You are on a journey of becoming a version of yourself that you have never been before. And it is very important that you ensure that all these things that you somewhat felt neglected in not having in your past relationships is one that you will most definitely do for yourself from now on. And I just wanted to say that this is not just for my single girlies. I want, if it is that you're in a relationship also, that you prioritize this single girl bucket list. It is one where you are not putting a man in charge of your entire happiness by ensuring that every single thing that you want in life or one that you want in a relationship, he has to be that one to do it first for you. No, girly girl. We are moving away from that, and we are getting to this point in our lives where we prioritize our own happiness. We find joy in doing things for ourselves, and we know that if a man does not do it for us, we don't feel bad because we are doing it for ourselves. I feel like this is where many of us women have fallen down. We no longer want to do our hair. We no longer want to do our nails. We no longer want to buy that flowers or our favorite perfume or anything at all that makes us feel special. We expect the man to do it, but yet we are not doing it for ourselves. And this is the misconception that I'm going to be clearing up going forward, because I want us to understand that we first have to do it for us before we can expect any man at all to want to do it for us, baby girl. So if it is that you have been through or is presently going through a season in your life where you felt as though you have not been loved and cherished and cared for by a man as though you wanted to, I want this to be your sign, girly girl, where you go ahead and grab all your materials to create your single girl bucket list. And I promise you, girl, you will feel just as good as I am feeling right now. Girly girl, we have gone ahead and we have completed our single girl bucket list jar, and I feel so good knowing that I completed this. You guys, believe me when I say I feel so emotional right now that I'm making this step in my life. And even though I know that I am guiding you through the process of doing it for yourself at the same time, this is also very new for me. This is the first time that I'm going for it and creating something like this, and it feels so big, it feels so genuine, it feels like the right thing that I am doing. I know that some of you might be saying that this does not make any sense. Why would I want to be doing the things for myself that I expect a man to do for me? That's the reason why he's called a man. But girl, it simply means that you have not been disappointed enough. It simply means that you have not been hurt enough. It simply means that you have not gotten your hopes up only to be disappointed enough. And that's the reason why you would be thinking like that. But for all my girlies who have been heartbroken by men who you trusted, who you loved, who you thought would be the one, only to find out that things went a whole different way, then you would definitely understand why this jar is so important for us to have in this present season of our lives. So now that my jar is all finished for this season, I am not going to be putting anything else in there for now. I think I have maybe about 10 things in there that I've written down, and these are the most pressing things that I felt like over the years, ever since I started dating, even into my marriage, these were some of the common things that I faced. Now, as I said before, many of the things that I have written down are not things that cost a lot of money. They are things that were very, in my opinion, small things that should be a part of your everyday relationship lifestyle. And because I did not get that, you guys, I felt like most of my days I was just in survival mode. I was not as happy as how I needed to be. These are some of the things that in my belief, I thought were supposed to be like general things that you expect in a relationship. Sadly, you guys, most of the women in my family, including my mother, who have been married for years, is still suffering from many of these same things that I have gone ahead and written down on my single girl bucket list, and it feels so intentional. It really now feels like the purpose that God has for my life, where he's using me as that symbol out there to say, you know what, sometimes divorce can be you breaking your generational curse of women being in relationships where they're always suffering. The men don't do the things that makes them feel valuable, feel loved, feel appreciated. And now here am I, where God is using me in the season of my life to pour into myself and into you as well, so that you can know that if it is that you are not in a relationship anymore, or if it is that God is calling you to walk away from that abusive relationship, or that relationship where you are not permitted to become your utter best self, then there is hope in you living life to your fullest by pouring into you and trusting that he has all things planned out as to how he really wants you to live your life. And so girly girl, with all that being said, I really do hope you enjoy this vlog. I really do hope you enjoy this lifestyle vlog. I know it is one that's completely different. It is not something that you're used to seeing out there, where you see women just getting up and creating single girls bucket list. Like, no, most of our focus are always on trying to prepare ourselves to go into relationship. We are not doing that over this side. We are preparing ourselves to live our best lives, single or in a relationship. We are not trying to just steer our ship into one direction, because at the end of the day, if that is not God's plan for our lives, then you're going to end up disappointed. You're going to end up and be asking God every single day, where is the man, where is the children, when it is not his plan for your life, or maybe just not yet. But in the meantime, he's still expecting you to take care of yourself, pour into yourself, do the things that you love, prepare your mind, body, and soul for anything that you may be expecting or praying for. And this single girl bucket list, girl, is definitely what God is talking about, and one that you should implement in your life from now on. And as I said before, single, married, divorced, whatever status of life that you may be in, it is very important, girly girl, that you go ahead and create your single girl bucket list, because it will definitely take your life to the next level. My name is Octavia, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye now.